When the sun out there sometimes and the rays are too intense and you need to shield yourself. So this is a 365 umbrella, not just, 20 days out of the year or anything like that. You can use it all the time, just like you can WNYC. 888-376-9692. Support what you value. Thank you.
OpenAI is investing in hardware.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Affinity, provider of the CRM for the private capital relationship economy. Affinity knows who has the best relationship with the right startup. Affinity.co/marketplace.
From Marketplace, I'm Sabri Benishore, in for David Brancaccio. We think of artificial intelligence as like a service that you use in any old app or a search, but OpenAI, maker of ChatGPT, is reportedly dropping $5 billion to buy a gadget startup focused on creating a new AI-focused physical product. The startup was founded by Johnny Ive. That's the guy who helped create the iPhone and iMac. Marketplace's Nova Safo has more.
You may remember Apple device launch videos of a bygone era featuring the soothing voice of designer Johnny Ive.
An aluminium body and formed sheet of glass describe a singular shape.
Well, that shape, a smartphone, has been the same for decades and is now serving up AI tools. In a new video, Ive and Sam Altman announced that OpenAI is buying Ive's gadget startup I.O. and teasing a new ChatGPT-focused product to come.
Johnny recently gave me one of the prototypes of the device for the first time to take home, and I think it is the coolest piece of technology.
When we'll see this technology, Altman didn't say, but the aim is to reduce ChatGPT's need for the physical gadgets of other companies, such as Google and Apple. I'm Nova Safo for Marketplace.
Fewer than 10% of American workers are currently represented by unions, but unions have become particularly visible in recent years, organizing drives against some of the country's most high-profile companies, from Starbucks to Amazon. Unions have also been receiving higher approval ratings. Marketplace's Mitchell Hartman reports.
Gallup has been tracking Americans' attitudes towards organized labor since the 1930s, says Director of Social Research Lydia Saad. And back then,
there was high public approval, over 70%.
Approval started falling in the 70s and 80s.
Times of economic malaise, unions aren't quite as popular. Record downturn in 2009 with the recession and the bailout of the big three auto companies.
But since then,
it's been on a long, slow climb back to near record high levels,
with 70% of Americans now approving of unions. Meanwhile, according to new public opinion analysis by labor economist Aaron Sojourner at the Upjohn Institute,
Americans favor labor unions now over big business more than ever.
About a 15-point difference. Sojourner says the favorability gap started widening after 2012 with the rise of Occupy Wall Street, Bernie Sanders' presidential campaign, and the stresses workers faced during the pandemic. I'm Mitchell Hartman for Marketplace.
All right, let's do the numbers. Dow futures are down about 0.1%. S&P futures are up 0.1%. NASDAQ futures up 0.2%.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Viking, exploring the world in comfort. With a fleet of small ships, Viking offers travel experiences for the thinking person. Discover more at Viking.com. And by Amazon Business, dedicated to helping businesses save time on office tasks and empower leaders with business buying solutions that support teams to focus on growing the business. Learn about smart business buying at AmazonBusiness.com.